Hey everyone, this is Michael from Chess Lifestyle, and today I have to show you the Blitz Playoff Final between me and ChessGainz, also known as Max. And yeah, we were battling out for third place, and in our rapid games, I won the first game, he won the second, so it really went down to the wire, and Chess Dojo commentated the whole Blitz final. So yeah, for those that don't know, Ultimate Sensei was this 6-week long tournament that involved 8 players doing different events, from like puzzle training to blitz battles, and it all kind of built up to this final rapid play playoff. And yeah, basically me and Max made it to the semis, but then we had lost our semi-final matches, so we are now competing against each other. Yeah, you can just see the format up here. And that's really it, so buckle your seatbelts because it's one hell of an exciting playoff match. So enjoy!
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. We got the game underway. So we have Max with the white pieces, Michael with the black pieces here. This is the first of their Blitz tiebreak games. So they're the only match to go to the Blitz tiebreak today, and this is sharp. We just have captures on F3 and on C6. Does anyone know this opening? Can anyone comment on if this is like theory?
Coach has no clue.
No clues.
I mean, I've seen it somewhere maybe, but definitely I've not recommended this. So, I mean, we did not work on this particular opening. So this must be Michael has worked himself.
Yeah, I think this is a line. I feel like I've seen MVL play this with black a couple times.
Oh, wow. The best thing I can recommend is using MVL's work on any opening if you can find it.
Max's speed here tells me that he knows that he knows of this position, because he's not somebody to just smash out moves.
Right. It's 3 minutes versus 2 minutes. And this is the Blitz game. It's not the Armageddon game. So that 3 minute to 2 minute difference is a minute of thinking time.
Yeah, already big edge.
Very nice white bishops.
I was quite unhappy how Michael finished the second game. Of course, I was following it the entire game. And I had this feeling that he had some psychological problems because in his mind, there was still this first mistake. And also with him, we talked about this, that mistakes typically they come in pairs. And then he blundered this pawn in the second game on d5. He was probably already lost, and then suddenly Max blundered with knight b5, knight d6 check. And I think at that moment it was a quite important psychological moment that Michael did not take a little time out, so he proceeded to play on. He just missed everything, and something like 3-4 moves, and he was just dead lost. I mean, it's so unfortunate, because I know he definitely plays better than this, than that those unfortunate 4-5 moves. So I hope he had time to recover.
Get his balance back, play his best in the Blitz.
He has also some problems with time management. And yeah, definitely we've talked about this, but this is something you can talk whatever you want, right? This comes with practice. And I can say you have to play faster, you have to be more decisive with your decisions. But I mean, still, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
And he is down a minute and a half on the clock, but he's kind of picking up the speed. It seemed like the opening maybe was much fresher to him than it was to Max. But I feel like their pace is kind of leveling out a little bit. Of course, he now does have that time disadvantage. What do the coaches think about the position here? Maybe you could comment, Eugene?
Yeah, at first I kind of liked White's position, the two bishops looking at the black's king. White was about to castle, play knight b5. And White decided to just go for a very simple a3 move, which to me also feels quite natural, although now that maybe black can lock the bishop with knight e4 as he's doing here, maybe put the bishop on c6. And that to me feels probably the right strategy for black, for Michael here. And it's, I think, too early to say who is better.
G5 very quickly. Sharp move. So Michael's getting a bit more confident, maybe.
I was thinking when black played knight e4 to just take it. I know this is not the kind of thing I've ever done in my games, but just take it and go to the opposite colored bishop ending with bishop e4, f e4, rook g1, g6, and then like rook g5 or something, and say black's got this pawn on e4 that makes their bishop less good than white's bishop, and try to play out an endgame.
And to that point, instead of bishop c6, which certainly looks natural, bishop a4 I think would have been better. A little bit annoying. Take over the d file and just say, right, black will always be better because he owns the d file. And he can just double calmly and go about his business.
Nice idea from the game Reddy Rubenstein, bishop a4.
That's right. Give a
Of
shout
course.
out here. I'll shout it out with the book club. We're doing this book club here. Actually, I'm gonna have a question for Eugene here. Actually, so we're doing this book club on every Wednesday, and this is certainly an interesting position they have going on now. And Eugene, the question I was gonna ask for you, this is kind of like a Russian chess culture question.
Sure. Yeah, go.
How would you define the word technical chess?
Usually technical chess is you have like a small advantage and you're trying to convert it. That's like technical almost feels like mechanical in my view.
Right. I guess, yeah. So something like that is how I would have just intuitively put it myself as well. Yeah, I think we were arguing about it anyways at the book club. And apparently we were chastised too, because there is some kind of definition actually put forward in the book. At least that's what one viewer wrote. But I was like, I don't get it. What is it really? Tell me what it is. And then I said to myself, only one man knows. His name is Eugene. He knows all about Russian chess culture. He will
I
tell
am
us.
well versed in the Russian chess school. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, technical has another kind of meaning that like almost like chess culture meaning, right? Like how good are you not just converting stuff, but like making those decisions. You know, when you have like two options, right? To go for some kind of an end game or to go for an attack, right? You can also apply that thought process to that decision making. All right, I can probably calculate the attack, but it's not super clear. Instead, I'm just going to go to this end game where I know that I have zero risk of losing.
Right.
And all the coaches would say, good job. Like Borgov style, right? If you guys watch the movie. So I think they got that right, that Russians are, you know, grandmasters are very like technical in terms of execution, going to the end game, converting the end games, you know, dry, boring chess, whereas Beth Harmon is this creative genius who doesn't like end games.
Rook h6. That would be my technical decision. Rook h6, then bishop e4 and g3.
Exactly. Yep.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Time management.
Feels like the tide has turned here. Yeah, Michael's definitely in the driver's seat.
Rook h3 is also really nice. I mean, maybe not as powerful, but speaking of technical chess, he just seems to be making convincing moves, move after move very quickly. And he's erased his time advantage. He has no time, and Max also has no time at this point. So they're even in that respect.
Yeah, I think Michael has played this endgame really well so far.
Brutal. Bishop in.
Oh, ouch. Game over. That's a pretty good instructive position too, how with the bishops of opposite color, the side with the initiative is so much better.
Yeah, the great Botvinnik said that, right?
Yeah.
The attack is stronger with the opposite color bishops.
See, with Eugene, it all comes back to Russian chess culture. It doesn't matter what we're talking about here.
Yep. It's been done before. Everything has been played out before, all these ideas. Nothing is new.
I love everything that Michael is doing. Like instantly, he's not thinking at all. He's just moving. It's so fun to watch. Like rook f3, activating the king. It feels like he's maybe taken a step back now, but it's just so fun to watch him. He just looks super confident.
Yeah, technique has been really good. All the way.
So
Yeah, I want to give it.
speaking of
Go ahead.
Soviet
Go ahead.
players being great about technical play,
H2, rook H2, rook H2. Come on. Oh, come on.
Oh.
I think rook g3 was even
Or rook G3, yes.
simpler.
Oh, and there he could have played rook e2, rook a5, bishop c7. Take the e pawn, man.
Oh.
Yeah, the time scramble.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, too, that my favorite part about this whole series, this whole Sensei business, has been Artur's reactions. They're going viral. They're going viral on Twitter,
That's
man.
right.
It's hilarious. Really good reactions. Even when we're watching the games, we'll be talking about some BS about Russian chess culture, yada, yada. But if you look at Artur's face, he's involved, man. He's deep in there. He's like, oh, man, what is my student doing? That jerk.
Yeah. I thought very seriously about setting up an Artur's camp for the final because I knew we'd get some good reactions, and I just didn't have time to set it up.
This is drawable.
It's impossible to watch. I mean,
at this point, it's almost
rook c2. Defend your king.
Mate, give me a mate.
Give him a mate. Give him a mate. Rook c3. Come on. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, mate in that.
Okay, rook e5, king d7.
King d7. Yeah.
Ow! Just defend your king.
Thud.
Checkmate.
Check.
See, guys, this is interesting. Like Max put his king g1 earlier, right? A couple moves ago instead of king g3. Like this is where the Russian chess school comes in. Why would you put your king on g1?
I don't know, but Max is he has Soviet blood, so he should have known this.
I mean, of course, Michael has to work very hard on the technique. I mean, converting technique. This is something where he's lacking big time, and I see it all the time. In every single game, he gets great positions. Then comes the time scramble. Then comes the panic, and it's completely random. It's every single game like this. I just cannot watch it already. But
Me neither, Artur's.
He was playing really well up until 10 seconds they got down to the final part. But
because he loses the concentration right there, at some moment he just doesn't know what to do. That's something that
doesn't want him to have 5 seconds on his clock.
Yeah, better to avoid it. Maybe a question for the coaches: what would you guys do differently if you're doing another season of this, or what would you change about your approach? Just to anyone.
I think we need some kind of a good, maybe special award for the most improved students and just kind of measure their progress. Because it's kind of hard to judge progress just from these games alone, right? Because a lot of stuff is behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And also maybe a fan favorite. I think that's also something... I mean, definitely we are fighting for the prizes, but fans could vote also for something.
Although then we have a big advantage with the hashtag chess fans. They've been killing it in the chat lately, right?
Yeah, that could be difficult.
I'll put up a poll for that, though. That's cool. Yeah, go ahead.
This Ultimate Sensei has cost me some love and some students, both Mitch and Vishnu talking about how they're abandoning me as a sensei and leaving me for Kostya. Before there was some tentative breakups, there was some flirtations, some heavy flirtations, and I got really jealous and angry, and now it's just official, man. It's just official. They've left me.
Michael figured out how to solve his time management problems. If you guys are following the current game, he just puts the knights on f2 and c2, and he's gaining time.
You would think he was the one who lost the last game. This looks like a tilt.
Right.
What is this?
What is he doing there?
It feels very YOLO.
Michael is kind of unrecognizable in this game.
Now they're saying that I left them, and it wasn't them who left me. No, that wasn't the way it was.
Quote, I've disowned him. That's what
Strong quote.
It actually feels like Michael is the one here on the tilt, but...
I mean, you'd think Max would be upset. He had had a draw and reach and just let his king get checkmated by a rook roller.
I think I understand actually now his philosophy, because he was always behind on time, right? So he's like, how can I make the first 15 moves on autopilot?
Right, and apparently this is his opening, and he calls it the slug.
Slug.
The name is good.
Chess.com says it's King's Fianchet opening, symmetrical variation.
No, it's just
I'll
the
get
slug.
that updated.
Everybody
It'll be
knows
slug.
that this is the slug. I like White's position here. White's position.
Yeah, the knight on f2, guys. Remember what
Yeah.
Bronstein said about knight on f7 and the King's Indian, right?
That's
No,
right.
I
There's a
don't.
lot of knight.
What did he say?
Indian stuff.
It's the best square for the knight.
Oh,
There you go. And that's what Rapport says about the knight and the Dutch.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I don't like e5 though.
Alexa has a related opening to the slug. He calls it the 8 pawns.
It's like an accelerated hippo, the slug.
That's a great visual. I'm imagining an actual hippopotamus, with accelerated powers. I love it.
Was the move f4 for black last move like an idea? Like you just throw that pawn into f4 and then...
Yeah, that was a Petrosian type of move. And then rook takes f4 later.
Yeah, and then you bring your knight and...
Now he's doing pretty good as it is. The knight, once you get the knight on c3.
Yeah, knights on c3 and c6 with the reverse color are painful.
Back in the day at the GM house, me and Josh Riddell would always be analyzing, and he never wanted to stop analyzing, so we had to come up with a system of, when he'd have to stop analyzing. And so we called it a rule that if I got a knight to c6 or c3, then he would have to stop, So that was like a signpost where we could have, position was done.
Yeah, in the Catalan, especially when the White's knight lands on c6, some famous players, Catalan players, Big Mikhailevsky were really good at that.
That's right. And knight d1 is being highlighted, and let's call that the Mitch knight on d1. That's you can fianchetto a knight, but you can also Mitch a knight, and there it goes, knight to d1. I think black should take, then go back. Yeah, very good. Leave the Mitch knight on d1. Yeah.
a5, a4 I approve of.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Max is playing this game really well.
He's playing really fast. Yeah, just boom, boom, boom. Time advantage, everything advantage.
But I don't think that White is worse here. Knight b2, knight c4, if I manage to play that.
So black's got to play rook fb8 and b5 to do something quickly.
B3 is so weak, right? In a lot of
I
I would have preferred black to
is
have
not
a
that.
pawn on b5 and a6 to stop this knight b2, knight c4.
Fair enough. Yeah.
No, knight b2, knight c4. White is simply better.
Now white's better, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, that was fast.
Showing the power of the
The Mitch knight has now been improved.
So apparently in the slug system, the knight from f2 is transferred to c4, right?
Oh, that's one of the known strategical ideas of the slug. Yeah.
Wow, it's like a reverse Rubinstein maneuver from the Rui.
All the
put it on
GMs just
B3.
aren't clued into all the strategic themes of the slug yet.
Well, a key idea of the slug too is knight c4, knight d6, and then knight d5 is hanging. Could be some issues. Yeah.
Is that a thematic idea?
Knight d6 right here now with a thematic idea.
I
of the
like
slug.
rook a e1 and h3 g4 and just total domination.
Yeah, that's good. That's in the book of the slug. Rook fe1. Yeah, I was with you. I like rook a e1.
So
Yeah, but the
my
time
own
management, I mean,
is the slug the animal, the slimy animal, or is the slug like a bullet slug?
No, it's the animal. It's the animal.
Okay. Just checking.
Definitely the
It
animal.
also has one called the snail slug or the slug snail.
Well, it's definitely an animal because, there's this whole thing about openings with animal names. They're kind of stigmatized at the moment. Sam Shanklin kind of explicitly stigmatized them. They were stigmatized before, just degenerate characters that kind of live on the outskirts of town in a van. Not the kinds of people you want to associate with, but if you've fallen far enough in life, you might, be drawn to one of those characters and, take on the slug, the hippo, the vulture, all these animals, your chess has fallen when you've gone to an animal name or the lion.
Queen a8 here should be really
Queen
good.
a8 is automatic move. It's automatic. Just play Queen a8, Rook a8, just automatic.
Yeah. It's that long diagonal. Yeah.
I mean,
But one of the things though,
literally Zugzwang.
when this book on the slug was written years ago, it was noted that the Mitch knight will just be much better than the dark square bishop because the dark square bishop is blocked by his own pawns. And I don't know where queen a2 is going, but
It's going to g2 because it already went there.
There you go. I really wish he had taken over the a file before he did that, but there it is. Because now rook a8. Uh-oh. Black's got a little play. Black's got a little something with rook a8.
Rook a1, yeah.
Or something,
Yeah.
But it's good to play bishop e7 first. I'm very happy to see that.
The problem is Michael is playing for the draw. You cannot do that.
He's also playing for it with 4 seconds on the clock against a minute and a half.
Yeah, it's tough.
Very tough, yeah.
G5. Come on, you're capable of g5. You've got a minute. Yes.
He plays it.
Yeah, black is not worse, probably.
Rook b1 and black. Oh, knight a5, I guess.
He wants to play rook c3, maybe.
It's disheartening with the control of the A file to see like queen A2, queen G2. As mentioned, queen A8 was just so pretty. Or even just rook A1 and then later queen A8 or something. To step away from that A file, it's very sad.
Oh, we're talking about the orangutan. And, GM Perlstein, I was really offended on
I refuted that opening.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but you called it the Sokolsky. And I was like, excuse me, the Sokolsky or whatever? It's well known that is an animal opening. That's the orangutan. And you didn't refute it, buddy. You can't refute an orangutan. Have you ever seen how strong those things are? Like, just a baby orangutan can beat like a super duper, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. No chance. Those things are strong, man.
And so can the hippo.
Oh, the hippo is very strong.
Oh, 96 king c6. 96 king c6.
run?
96.
Oh,
Rook check and then rook takes knight.
yep, that's over.
Rook check now wins.
Oh, he missed knight d6.
Knight g6, king c6 would have been killer.
He's still doing all right.
Weird.
Oh, no, rook d4. Oh, rook d4, my friends. What?
Should be good now.
After bishop
Should be still
E7,
easy
still
win.
king C6 maybe was chances.
Rook d4.
Oh my god, he's got a problem with his king. He's got a problem with his king.
Crispy
Add me to
critters.
his profile.
Yeah, it's over.
Nice. So we're going to Armageddon.
Yes, Armageddon. A chance for Harper's and I to just die of simultaneous heart attack.
I mean, when you go back to the move, whichever,
Every move, yeah.
just go back to the move 32.
Okay.
Just how can you lose this?
I mean, you just have to play through the next 33 moves. To
Right.
The
But now
queen
Mitch
A4,
is
A2,
saying-
and then G2 in that position.
That the dragon is the best animal opening. And I will say there's been some hectic debate out there in the social media sphere about trying to reclaim the honor for the dragon by saying that the dragon is not in fact an animal. And there's been a lot of taxonomological, is that a word? Taxonomy debates about the dragon and whether it's an animal, whether it's stigmatized. And I'll say that's one of the biggest debates out there in the Twitter sphere right now. Is the dragon an animal? If it is,
And as the expert on the Accelerate Dragon, I can definitely tell you that it's a mythical creature and also the star constellation. So there we go.
there we go. There we go. Yeah, especially if you're going to accelerate an animal.
I think either way, the hedgehog kind of wins.
Yeah,
All right.
Hedgehog is rock solid.
Hedgehog
Sam?
cannot be refuted, guys.
Okay, let me
Max
just,
is so we're going to flip for color. I'm going to assign Max the number 1. Michael's going to be 2. Whoever gets their number is going to get the white pieces in the Armageddon game. So it is going to be Max with the white pieces. So he's going to have 3 minutes against 2 minutes. There will be a 2-second increment. And good news for Michael is that he's already accustomed to playing down 1 minute against Max.
That's a strategic mistake.
Also,
Because black was winning all of the games in this match.
Also, the slug doesn't depend on color. I mean, you can play it with
that's true. You can always slug it out. And I want to say, people are talking about the hedgehog, and this has been decided long ago. The hedgehog does not enter into this debate because the hedgehog is not an opening; it's a setup. So that's why it's not stigmatized as an animal.
Feels like we're making up rules as we go here. All right.
Yes,
Well,
go ahead and start the game whenever
start.
you're ready.
Oh, this is a fast one here.
Yes, this is going to be 3+2 versus 2+2 with Black having draw odds for this game. This is the third place match, so very important for the standings as well, as Team Astana and Team Nexans are, still waiting on their final seeding.
Don't play G6.
And looks like immediately theoretical discussion here, right? This is Michael's pet line. I specifically told my students not to enter this against Michael.
Didn't we have a
but the
game
question
that
is-
went really well for Mitch in this line? Of course, Mitch is very booked up, but I think Mitch played Michael in the draft tournament in this line, and he managed to promote those queenside pawns, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Then the question is, does this strike you as the solid line you would play with Black in the Armageddon?
Well, you gotta play what you know, right? So
Yeah,
this is
Sure.
this is what he's good at.
No, I think this is a great position for a blitz opening, right? Yeah.
I feel like even though Black has draw odds, at this rating level, almost any rating level, like a draw is just not what you're thinking about. You're just thinking about getting something that you're comfortable playing as quickly as possible, right?
Yeah, and a draw can happen in a variety of ways, like perpetual check after you go off in the attack, so draws are. I think Bishop G5 here is what the guy should do. Yeah, he does it.
On the board.
Nice. Skills.
And this is his best game in terms of time management so far. He's playing much more quickly.
Yeah, he has to.
2 minutes lit a fire.
Maybe E4 here.
E4? I was gonna suggest E4, yeah. Very
E4
nice
is-
dynamic.
That's a big move. Yeah, but it's not so easy to spot it, is it? Yeah, he missed that.
He can still do it, and if he doesn't, the problem is, one reason he might spot it is that, well, he didn't spot it, but he wants to play Bishop A6, but the knight's hanging, so you might cross your mind to play E4.
But even here, with the knight on D4, it does feel like Michael should be happy.
Yeah, he's got,
Yeah, but
after
the knight on
knights.
C2 is incoming.
Yeah, exactly. Knight C2. Knight C4.
Knight C4.
No, I would have played it too.
And Queen A8 and Knight B3. Look at this. It's like,
Oh, nice shot.
Surprise.
Second chance at Queen A8
Surprise.
on the other side of the board.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Queen A8. Nice, he did
Played
it.
it, yes.
Yes.
Knight back to A3, right?
Knight back there. Well, jeez.
I think he sees.
Yeah, the
I
D
think
pawn
he
is very
sees.
important here.
Of
No
course.
chance. He's gonna play like maybe F4 or something.
Oh, that is a big surprise. That is a hard one to face too, psychologically. Now you're gonna be. ChessGainz doesn't want to be thinking right now. 93.
Yes.
He allows it.
Knight B3.
Knight
B3,
Or
Knight B3,
like-
Knight B3. What
Knight
are you
B3,
thinking here? I mean, Knight B3.
Oh,
Oh,
It was a surprise to both players.
I can't watch this.
yeah. Artur's he's involved emotionally with his students. Man, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good theater. I mean, what is he doing with Queen B3? Queen D6.
know.
What are you doing? What are you
Don't
doing?
take on E5.
Don't take on E5. Don't take on E5. But still, that's a delicious pawn there on D6. That's a really delicious pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C4.
Queen B5, Knight E5, Knight E2, Knight G3. Surprise! Again.
Surprise!
or maybe even now, Queen B5.
yeah, now Queen B5 looks interesting.
Though it's more obvious then. It's more obvious at that point.
Yeah.
But what's the move? Queen C6?
Knight C3 to defend the rook.
Or just 93.
I mean, the knight needs to keep going back because it keeps going to the wrong place.
Well, ChessGainz has kept his time lead, though. There it
He
is,
does
Queen
place it.
B5. The big moment of the match. Will he blow it? So easy to blow it.
Just play knight e3. The guy's gonna flag if you just stop hanging things.
Yeah.
Yeah, time is again a big factor for Michael.
Move the h pawn or anything. Queen e7 is acceptable too.
Uh-oh.
We have some of the same tricks now.
Oh, the same trick. Knight e7, knight g6. Surprise!
They both know about it though now.
They know. They
It's no
both
longer a
Yeah,
surprise.
they're aware.
Queen e7 looks pretty good, you know.
Queen
Again,
d8.
d6.
Can white try knight e7, take on b8, knight
Knight
c6?
c6, try and push the d-pawn.
Oh,
The pawn
Back
he
might-
rank is really weak with the king on h8. He pulls back with c5.
I mean, looks white is definitely better, yeah, with the d pawn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, knight c6 was a classy move.
Oh, this is queen c7.
Oh, that's a big pass.
No, the rook, the
Oh,
rook,
the
the
rook.
rook.
Nope,
Fate
nope,
mate.
nope.
Oh,
Painful.
Ba-bam! Ba-bam! Ba-bam!
What a finish.
Congratulations to Max on victory in the longest finals match of this event. The only one to go to Blitz tiebreak and then on to Armageddon. That was super, super fun.
Someone needs to grab Artur's reaction and post that on Twitter, man. It was great. It was really good. It was like,
Brutal.
We need some
we're gonna
clip
get-
monkeys. Let's get those going in the chat.
yeah. The
Gonna
clip
get
monkeys.
Max and maybe Michael in just a second for another quick interview. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, what a finish. So that means, okay, looks like we have the final point standing. So Max will be getting third place, earning the team 6 points. So 14 points total for Team David. Amazing job. Michael finishing in fourth and earning 5 points. So along with Frank's, I think 2 points, that'll put them in 7 points. And I think a tie with Team #chess, aka Team Perlstein.
Sorry, what are the final totals here?
So 14 for Team David, 8 for Team Alex, and 7 for Team Naxons and Team Perlstein.
And I'd just like to remind everybody that from that very first day when we had the draft, I said ChessGainz is real because of the glasses. And I saw some of his moves and his determination with the glasses, and I knew. And so I called Mitch and ChessGainz, so I got second and third places in my private draft. I was not, a coach, but that was my private draft right there.
There we go.
We'll have to
All
go
right.
back and check the original power rankings.
I had Kimmy, I think, won every single week. And I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go to a break really quickly, and we'll be back with the players. Max, so congratulations on victory there. The hardest fought finals match here, going to the Blitz tiebreak, going to the Armageddon there, playing just back and forth with Michael in the match. What were your thoughts across the match? What were you feeling in terms of the ebb and flow of the match?
Yeah, so I thought, well, first of all, I thought that he was going to play the Sveshnikov. I thought that that's what he was saving for the final, since that's tended to be his main repertoire with Black. But then he did end up playing the French. But I thought that I started off okay up until that knight f4 move where I missed that bishop takes c3. That was just a slap in the face. And after that, I thought I was just probably lost. But then I managed to fight back, and then in time scramble, of course, I missed the knight fork. Typical. But yeah, after that, the second game was also very hard fought. Could have gone either way. Managed to just find some moves to send it to a nice endgame. And then the Blitz also was really tough. Yeah, I thought that I almost rescued the first game, but then missed that back rank idea, and then it just grinded. I mean, his opening choice in the second Blitz game was certainly interesting. I
You
guess he
hadn't
wanted to
prepared
kinda go into
specifically for
defensive
the
mode.
slug?
Yeah, but
Oh, you're speaking of the slug. Well, yeah, what did you guys think of that?
We loved it.
I don't want to look at artists right now. Man, yeah, I don't know. Like, I've like got some good results against it, and like, when people like always play like G6, Bishop G7, they don't like I mean, like no one was expecting it, so you can get like okay positions against it. And I felt like I was fine out of the opening. I just played incredibly slowly. Like I think the first Blitz game, I forgot we were playing Blitz. It was like I was down to a minute. I was like, wait, what is happening?
I pointed out to the audience that we hadn't reached Armageddon yet. You had just given him that minute voluntarily.
Yeah. Yeah. My God.
Yeah, the second Blitz game was it was interesting. I thought that I had some way to kind of get in because obviously it was kind of like White was in passive mode, but then I didn't, and then it felt like he was almost better, and then I just managed to get kind of finesse it in the end.
Yeah, with that Knight versus Bishop, I felt better.
Yeah, that was a really strong point.
Like it was so silly. Yeah.
It was
Jesse, any Queen A8 comments?
Well, first, I just want to jump in here for a second. Max, do you have your glasses handy, like next to the keyboard or anything like that? You can put us on, man. Because that would be.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
They're always on deck. They're always on deck.
Yeah, leave them on, man. Leave them on. No, that's great.
That's worth how many ELO
that's
points?
What I'm talking about. That's
Third place glasses.
Yeah, those are nice glasses, man. I like it.
Oh, but what a match, though. Like, every game was so much fun.
Yeah, that was really exciting to watch. We've been asking this all the participants, guys. Maybe you could quickly give us your experience, how you enjoyed this competition, and maybe some advice you'd give for future students. Why don't we start with Michael? What would you say?
Well, I mean, I thought the event was amazing. Like the whole, like all the graphics and everything. It felt like, you know, I was playing in like some St. Louis Rapid and Blitz, but you know, just stuff like that. So like that whole side of things, and also getting this opportunity to really meet, you know, the top international masters, top grandmasters. You know, that's once in a lifetime kind of thing. So like, yeah, I thought that side of things, like, awesome. Only criticism I'd have is that 6 weeks as a time frame. For me, it felt like extremely draining, where I would have to like somehow stay motivated for across all of these weeks. And there were times where I just completely felt burnt out. And I think I felt that from some of the other players or coaches. Like, I don't know, but like, yeah, maybe if it was on a shorter time scale, it might be more effective. But no, on the whole, like, I really liked all the events, and the whole playoffs at the end were like super fun. So yeah, lots of good ones.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Shorter. I think we should make it longer. That was a blast. Yeah, I mean, all the coaches, I think, brought something interesting to the table. Great insights from everyone. Like looking at the VOD yesterday, some amazing insights like to learn from as a player. And just working with David, that was also amazing. I mean, every week, me, Kimmy, and him just drilling different stuff, get all his experience. That was definitely a lot to learn from. And just kind of eye-opening to me, like as a player. I mean, obviously, I knew I had certain weaknesses, certain aspects of my game that I needed to work on, but definitely like more from a psychological perspective, definitely like opening my eyes to see that I am definitely like overconfident in a lot of situations, and that leads to me making certain mistakes. So that's something that I'll know now that I have to like actively address. But other than that, yeah, great show. And yeah, thanks, Sam. That was the quality was amazing throughout, and just you as a host, good job.
Thanks, Max. And shout out, of course, to Dylan for all the graphics. You guys are mentioning the graphics. Dylan did all that work. We shouted him out earlier.
And yeah, also I want to mention a Flying Sheep who helped with the layouts and the Twitch stuff. Very, very instrumental. They were in the chat earlier. Yeah.
I have one question for the coaches. Slug or Bong Cloud? Which is a better opening?
Slug, definitely.
Thank you.
One vote and some nods. Okay.
Please don't do it ever again.